Good evening, otherworldlies. This is Queen Juliana, your Dark Mask Diva. I'd like to talk about identifying as a victim. Now, I'm not talking about if you were really a victim, if you were a victim of a violent crime, or if you were a victim of DV or something like that, okay? I'm talking about people who want to stay low vibrational, who want to identify as professional victims, okay? People who want others to pander to their low self-esteem, who want to pander to their victim complex, all right? I'm talking about people who want to be professional victims, all right? Who want to stay victims. Because I like to say there are no victims on this channel, because as I will offer empathy for whatever you have gone through, because everyone has gone through something. Okay, we don't have victims on this channel. We have people who are winners, people who overcome whatever they've been through, all right, people who move on from whatever they've been through, and we just don't have victims around here. We have winners. We have people who overcome hurdles. We have people who just triumph, all right? We just have people that overcome obstacles around here. So I'd like to talk about the difference between winners and losers, okay? Now, there's some such a thing as internal and external locus of control, all right? And that basically means whether you think things are on the outside controlling the outcome of your life, or you feel like you have some kind of influence on what happens in your life. And it's not like people feel like they 100% have control over what goes on, or people feel like external circumstances have 100% control on what happens, okay? It's not like people are completely on this side of the spectrum or completely on the other side of the spectrum. They're usually, somewhere over here or somewhere over here. Some people are down the middle, okay? But when people are way over here, where they feel they on the external side, okay, they feel like something externally has complete control, okay, and it's something bad, all right, it's not something good, all right, that's where the victim complex comes in, all right, where they feel like there's something bad and it has complete control over everything that's going on, where they are just destined to fail, that the whole world's against them, all right, and that nothing's going to work out in their favor, and they just feel like everybody does not like them, that immediately people don't like them, all right, and it's not so much that they have a realistic view of what's going on, okay, there's such thing as knowing the way people view you, right? But there's also knowing the way people view you, and also but just having a bad attitude and kind of asking the universe for something bad to happen, okay? These are the people that just see something else as controlling everything, okay? They're not taking accountability and responsibility for making good things happen in their lives, all right? These are the people with the victim complex. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so they don't realize that they have an internal locus of control. Okay, those are the people that really have the problem. Now, there are people that feel like things are just naturally going to work out. Okay, that's a good thing. All right. You want more of those people around, people that are good, that say, it's going to work out. Things are going to be fine. Things are going to be good. All right. And even if it doesn't work out, eventually it's going to work out. Things are going to be good. Okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You want those kinds of people in your life. So these people that are professional victims, they blame things like it's because I have low self-esteem. All right. So you have low self-esteem. There may be a very good reason for it. It may be because you're always picked on. All right. It may be because people like you are always picked on. Maybe legit you're always picked on. Okay. Let's just say you are, and that's just the reality of it. All right. So what you need to do is you need to work on yourself. You need to realize that you are whole and perfect and complete as you are. You don't need to listen to other people who are telling you that you're not okay, because you are okay. All right. Sometimes people who have been socially conditioned, okay, they are telling you a false belief that there's something wrong with you. All right. That's just their opinion. Okay. You need to decide that they're wrong and that there's nothing wrong with you. All right. Your belief in yourself needs to be stronger than all that nonsense that they're telling you, that you're not okay, that you're not enough. You need to decide that you're enough. You need to ignore what they're saying, all right? And you need to start talking to yourself in a nice way, all right? People are going to tell you that you have all these things against you and that you can't do things. You can't listen to them, all right? You just have to let that go. You have to decide that, hey, maybe these people have been telling me mean things my whole life. All right, well, today you're going to stop listening to it. All right, and you're going to stop deciding to let the bad guy win. All right, and you're going to stop giving them so much power. You're going to stop thinking about them, and you're going to stop talking about them. You're going to stop making videos about them, all right? Stop making videos about the enemy, all right? These people who are always saying all these mean things to you, okay? Decide they don't matter anymore. They really don't matter. People who say mean things to you, who try to tell you that you're not okay, all right, there's a reason that people do things like that. There's a reason people bully. There's a reason people tell you there's something wrong with you. It's because they don't feel right from within, all right? They're just projecting it onto you. They're just trying to find somebody else to pick on, all right? Sometimes they feel threatened by you, okay? You remind them of somebody who made them feel bad about themselves. That's why they're picking on you, okay? Or maybe you remind them of themselves and they don't like themselves. All right, that's another reason. It's a lot of self-hate, okay? And that's why they're trying to make you feel like you're not good enough. It's because they feel like they're not good enough. All right, you have triggered something within them that makes them feel inadequate, okay? That's half the reason people are being bullies. Don't ask people's opinions. Stop asking people's opinions, because there are people lining up around the block to tell you why you're not okay, to tell you why there's something wrong with you, okay? Now I'm going to tell you something as a person that makes content, all right? People get in my comment section and tell me what they did not like about the video, what they don't like about my aesthetic, all right? It's like, well, I didn't ask you to talk about my aesthetic. I didn't say, tell me what you think about the way I look. Not once did I tell you to say anything about the way I look. Well, guess what? Half the comments on here are about my looks. I didn't say anything about my looks. I did not. Now, most of the things people say about my looks are compliments, so I appreciate that. Please keep giving me compliments. I like that. But a lot of people get on here and say, I don't like this, well, I did not ask you, okay? But this is coming from a place where those people don't feel okay about themselves, and they decide that they need to play fashion police, okay? I know where it's coming from, and that helps me just not take it personally. This is just a stranger's opinion, all right? So, but I'm not a victim. I don't care. That's just somebody's opinion, right? So I don't, it's not, it's not something that's going to affect my life. I don't really absorb it. You know what I mean? It's not anything that's going to give me low self-esteem. I don't go around saying, I have low self-esteem because people leave me comments saying they don't like my makeup or whatever dumb thing they said. You know, so, I mean, I'm going to keep doing it anyway, right? I mean, because obviously I like it. You know, it's something unusual it's going to set me apart from another influencer, right? It's going to set me apart from another content creator. So that's why people do different things on their channel. They want to look different from somebody else. So I don't whine about other people giving me low self-esteem. Now, if you ask, people will line up to tell you what they think is wrong with you, because they will tell you what they think is wrong with you without you even asking, which I guess was the point I was trying to make, okay? So stop asking people, because some people are just dying to be mean. They want to be mean, okay? And most people will give you an unsolicited opinion if you look different than them. All right, especially like, because I'm a free spirit. Yeah, people want to say things that are mean. They either want to snub you or they want to say something that's mean, okay? So just know that. So what you want to do is you want to stay away from people who are pandering to people with victim complexes, all right? So here's the thing. These people will pick on people they feel threatened by, all right? They'll pick on you because they feel threatened by you, all right? So you're not really a victim. You're somebody that's getting picked on. Possibly that person envies you, all right? So you're not a victim. You're the object of envy, possibly, all right? Or they're just trying to test you. They're trying to see if you'll cry. They're trying to see if you're going to complain about them. They're just trying to see if they can get away with it, all right? They're trying to see how you're going to react. Or they're just trying to feel better about themselves. They're just coming from a bad place, okay? You don't know what's going on. But that's just a sign of mental illness in that person, all right? So, and sometimes it has nothing really to do with you. It's just something's wrong with that person, okay? It's something's wrong with them, not you, okay? And sometimes some people are just looking for someone they think is not going to retaliate. And the thing is if you don't retaliate, sometimes that bothers them even more, because they want to get into some kind of argument, because they want to shut you down and bully you. Sometimes just walk away stoically, and they'll wonder, like, this person didn't argue, this person doesn't even care, this person just walked away. Sometimes that'll bother them more than you getting into an argument. That's something you can do. That takes a lot of self-control, okay? And it means you're a bigger person. It means you have more self-control. It means you have more emotional strength, all right? So, and it also just means you have better things to do than to stoop to their level and get into it with them, okay? And people with those kinds of problems will beat you with experience too. So that's another reason you don't want to get into it with them, okay? People with victim complexes, all right, they want to go on and on about how they have it worse than you, and they want to make you feel guilty about it, all right? Meanwhile, they don't know what's going on with you. Now, I'm going to say everybody has had their season of suffering. I'm going to let you know My whole life almost has been a season of suffering. I don't consider myself a victim though, because I'm letting you know every person has some kind of burden they're carrying. Every single person you see has had something really bad happen to them. Okay, I don't know a single person who hasn't had something messed up happen to them. Okay, but a lot of people just carry on with a smile. They manage to be happy. Good for them. Okay, and that's how it is. Some people just wear their suffering. All right, some people don't know how to move on from their suffering. Okay, some people don't know how to be graceful with it, move on with it, and overcome it. All right, just some of us have overcome it and some of us have not. Some of us take it on as an identity. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You go through your season of suffering and then you overcome it. You come out the other side stronger than you were before. Okay, but some people stay with it. They stay locked into the suffering. Okay, and they take it on as an identity and it becomes who they are. Okay, you don't want to do that, because then you got this victim complex, and then you are the victim. You're no longer your name. You're just like a victim, right? That's not what you want to be. You want to be this winner. Okay, you want to be this person who doesn't identify as this broken individual. Okay, you don't want to be going around identifying as broken, because everybody can read that on your face. I can look at people and tell if they think they're a victim. I mean, I was talking to this lady in a restaurant the other day, and I can tell she thought of herself as a victim. And as soon as she started talking to me, she started telling me all this stuff, and it was all this victim stuff. And so I just kept trying to fill her with life with my words, like I do on my show, and then I had to cut the conversation short because she wouldn't stop, and also I was visiting with my mother, who I hardly ever get to see. I said, okay, well, my mom's visiting and I want to make sure that I get enough time in with her, so it was nice talking to you, you have a nice day, blah 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 blah. But I mean, it was all this victim stuff, and I was trying to just feed her with positivity, but she just wouldn't stop. But she was just locked into that season of suffering where she needs something I can't give her. She needs some kind of CBT or something like that you can't get just from talking to me, having some conversation with me. I mean, all I could do is just be nice to her, right? So she was just the kind of person that lets everything bother her. So just keep in mind that you can't let the bad things that happen to you become your identity. Your identity needs to be your higher self, okay? Vibrating on positivity, all right? You need to be goal-oriented. This is what happens when I get upset. I find something to do that's constructive, all right? I just find some way to better myself. I find some kind of project, or find some activity, like working out, or writing a story, or make a video, or I just do something, get my mind off of it, and go on with my day, until the feeling passes. I mean, sometimes I have anxiety all day. Am I a victim? No. I just find something to do. That's all you can do, right? So, I don't identify with it. It just is what it is. So, and I come out a winner. I don't identify with that person that, ever got harassed or stalked or any of those bad things that ever happened to me. All right? Because, I'm a winner, and I'm going on and doing great things now, and I'm loving life, and I hope you are too, and I hope you got something out of this content. I love you all, and I will see you in the next content.